Singer, Gazette.com, and this is Between the Lines, continuing coverage about the VA scandal at the new VA clinic in Colorado Springs. Joining me now, Senior Military Reporter Tom Roeder, who broke this story. So what have we learned so far?
Boy, a lot of folks in Congress pretty upset about this, and VA is definitely on the offensive. VA is saying that their internal Inspector General report was in fact incorrect because it used a false standard of some kind. They're fairly hard to understand where they're coming from, and really hard to dispute some of this data that was achieved from the Inspector General report that was released last week. What we are seeing, though, is, boy, Congress is as fired up as I've seen them. Words like infuriated, blatant lies, all these terms we're hearing. I spoke to Mike Kaufman today, who's a senior member of that VA committee and oversees an oversight subcommittee for VA. He says he's going to call for a hearing to really see what's going on. Corey Gardner was absolutely livid when I spoke with him today. He said this is an attempt by VA to actually short-circuit a congressional plan to privatize some of the care given to veterans. Don't know where this is going to go in terms of congressional hearing, and of course congressional hearings are a long way away. But what really got to me was talking to a number of veterans who are having problems within the system. One gentleman I spoke to this morning said he called a VA crisis line for mental health help last month in January. They scheduled him for an appointment on March 19th. This is an individual who was having thoughts of hurting himself.
Right.
That doesn't sound like a crisis timeline to me,
No.
but we'll see what VA has to say. VA says they're continually trying to boost their staff there at the Floyd K. Lindstrom Clinic on Fillmore Street to better accommodate veterans. They also say that clinic is seeing more business than it ever has. Appointments last year in 2015 were at 170,000 for the clinic, up from 143,000 the year prior. So they're definitely doing a lot of business there. But with Congress, they'll have some explaining to do because I don't think Congress is getting their answers at this point.
A story that's far from over, and of course you can read Senior Military Reporter Tom Roeder's story in the Gazette and on Gazette.com. With Between the Lines, I'm Eric Singer, Gazette.com.